And to be honest, Virgil and Kirby really aren't that different. They're both opportunists who were grifting and scamming and selling the essence of nothing.
I kind of just broke this down into 40 slides. Well, I broke 9,500 words into 40 slides. So now I'm gonna go start from the beginning, create a template. Let me create a template first with the inspirations that I have, and then just go from there. This is the vibe that I had for that. A similar like blue vibe aesthetic type of mood. So I saw this on Pinterest and I kind of like this idea. I'm gonna use this as inspiration. I'm starting to get like a flow of like how I want the things to look, and I have a system here where it's like if I put the stuff in like the subcategories, I just cross it out. How am I supposed to fit the whole pastel in here? And my pastel was slide 5. Now I gotta do it in slide 5 and 6, moving everything down to 40 slides. Ew, I don't know how I feel about that. 19 slides in. I just want my laptop to charge, and I want to eat a nap. I want a nap so bad. It's due in like 6 hours. No, more than 6 hours. It's due by 11:59 p.m. and that's the time right now.
So that you can actually use it, and so that the diploma is recognized in the EU. So in exchange, you need to learn a bit more about Europe, and we have 2 different classes in this program, and we're gonna...
I see the finish line. I see it.
Gonna do every Mondays 1 session of it. So we will start always on the most complicated one, but that's the one I prefer. One that I call the European project. This is really about the European...
Okay, so I'm kind of done. I just need to add images, but I'll just go from the top and try to start doing it. I'll see if I can like do like a table of contents here. Bro, tell me why this picture looks like it wants to literally leave. Like, that shit is clear, bro. Clear. I'm just adding pictures to not like make it look so plain, you know? Bro, Sunny don't play with their PNGs. Why does it want to leave the screen? Look at that pic. I could grab it, bro. Like, you know how I was saying I don't want to put like a fin or a dot or the end. Now I genuinely just have this last slide. I fit everything in with all the images. When I tell you the slides are sliding, like they make sense. They're aesthetically pleasing. They're simple. You know, no pictures where there doesn't need to be any pictures. Bro, I need to sleep. Bro, can I get an amen? Can we just what in the name of table of contents, guy? Like, this project, look at how the scroll isn't even going anywhere. 10,000 words. This is the closest I've ever like submitted anything like to the deadline. It's due in 1 hour. This is the presentation, which is honestly what we were told to submit. Actually, I don't think some of the other students know that, because I was asking them about some slides and they were like, what do you mean slides? I was like, come on. Yay. Nothing left to turn in. Hashtag winning. Move the trash. Finally! Oh, I feel like I can breathe. I cannot watch Netflix without guilty conscience. Oh my god. My presentation is in like 45 minutes. I didn't practice or anything, so I'm just going to read through, because honestly, I know it like the back of my hand. This is my setup.
And also the question is, of course, this extension would have really made sense with Virgil, because he was so much involved in music. But what about the new creative director? Does he have the same connection with music and musicians and DJs and rap singers, etc.?
I wouldn't say so, but I would also like to mention or emphasize the fact that he's not the creative director. He's an artistic director, which is mostly based on the images of the advertising rather than the actual clothes. But I would still say that even with Virgil's passing, all artists are still heavily involved in the brand and with just their likeness of the brand, and it still seems that if they're being paid for advertising and endorsements, it's something that they would, still be a part of, because the value of the brand still exists without Virgil.
Okay, thank you.
It's good work. Well done.
Thanks.
It's well detailed. You have lots of research. It's well structured. It's really well done. So, like Mario Veronica said, it would have been better managed. Would have been a top presentation. Quickly looking at your sales projection, they seem to be a bit high.
I knew you would say that. I was expecting you to say that.
That's a lot. Other than that, you works well. So.
Okay, I would like to say sorry about the financial projections, that in the first year we're spending a lot, like 30 million in advertising, almost over 1 million or so on promotion, the stores, the building of the stores. So for the first year, the costs are really high, but then they're not reoccurring costs. So in the second year, we don't have that many costs to actually kind of keep going. So that's why the projection is so high.
But 3 million is a lot for in advertising for a brand like Off-White. So they might, even if they probably LVMH. I remember like 10 years ago, 3 million was what LVMH would spend in advertising for these brands in fashion. So it's a lot.
It's giving consistency. He was hating on my financial projections, but I'm joking. They are pretty high. They're really high. I just didn't know how to, I knew how to justify it, but then it's not realistic. I know that for sure. Woo! With the A's, please God, this one that I just presented, it's not on here. It's kind of the combination of everything, but just one giant fat A right there. Giant fat A. Yes. First day that I'm waking up and I don't have finals on my mind. I don't have like anything due. bro.
For business owners because depending upon this really practical planning that I've gone into doing this, and like, right? I mean, and that's a whole thing right there. The full sleep, amazing. The con comes in on how it is that we need to show up and do the work, that we're restricted.
I mean, obviously, like, school and real life completely different, but then it's literally the size of my head.
This looks like the Diopol's like business game.
Oh, Kanye, if you
Don't waste your love.
thank you.
Pretty eyes, stay alive. Don't waste your love. 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 You can find me back right corner. Taking my love, taking my time elsewhere. I hope you see that I don't really care. And I hope you see
of right you
that
find
I
really
don't
a mix of prices of really expensive and
pretty eyes, stay alive.
you did something for a
Don't
brand
waste
that
your
no
love.
one done before.
Pretty eyes, stay alive.
Exactly what LVMH
Don't
needs
waste
to
your
understand a
love.
world that is like mixing stuff. You know,
Don't
like
waste your
Yeah.
love.
Like, separately, like,
Don't waste your love.
maybe on Teams or something. But
Don't waste your love. Don't waste your love.
please, let's just listen to this.
Let it go because you're so good at what you do, right? And if you're not very talented, but you're really nice, people kind of let it go because you're so easy to work with and you're so chill. And to be honest, Virgil and Kirby really aren't that different. They're both opportunists who were grifting and scamming and selling the essence of nothing. But the difference is that Virgil's personality was so likable and agreeable.
Miss Omondi selling the essence of nothing.